audience and see all my friends. I can't tell you how happy I am to be here. I feel like a freed hostage. The ransom we had to pay was pretty high, but we did, we paid it. We had to choose between which ransom note we were going to pay. We got two from two senators because, as you know, we needed one vote over these last few days to pass the budget, and it was a question of who was going to make an offer and how much it was going to be and whether or not we were going to pay it. And so we did make the payment, and that allowed us to pass the budget, and that prevented the state of California from going off a cliff. Because what was going to happen today, had we not passed the budget in the wee hours of the morning yesterday, is 276 transportation projects would have been stopped. Layoff notices were already given to 20,000 state workers, and those layoffs would have been carried out. Several IOUs would have been issued to taxpayers. And, when you expect your refund check, and instead of getting your refund check, you get an IOU from the state government. Can you imagine that? The ransom we had to pay in the last few days was we had to pass several pieces of legislation, major areas of public policy. Number one, that probably would have never made it through the legislature. And if they would have made it through the legislature, it would have gone through the typical committee process, hearing process, etc. Instead, we, in the wee hours of the night, passed a bill to call for an open primary, which can have the effect of altering a lot of the political landscape in the state. And an open primary means when you go to vote, you can vote, if you're a Democrat, you can vote for a Republican. If you're a Republican, you can vote for a Democrat. And we put that on the, we're going to put that on the ballot next year in 2010. And the reason why, one of the reasons why, is because the governor really wanted to see this happen. Now, the open primary was going to be put on the budget anyway, going to be put on the ballot anyway. But what we did by doing that is we saved the governor $4 million from having to raise the money to collect the signatures to put that on the ballot. There were several other things that this one legislator wanted, and that was Abel Maldonado. Another legislator, for his vote, I think we gave him $50 million for some projects in Orange County. Another legislator was given $30 million for horse racing in his area, which didn't go directly to horse racing. It went to state fairs. Okay, but it was something to benefit the horse racing industry. Somehow, to me, that sounds illegal. It sounds like extortion. It sounds like blackmail, but somehow it's illegal. But that's what happened in order to get those last few votes. If you read the LA Times today, the whole LA Times is about the Senate because all of the conflict and turmoil was in the Senate. In the Assembly, we were fine, we were organized, we had our votes. The Assembly members, both Democrats and Republicans, spent time this week kind of visiting each other and hanging out. I did lock them up, though, for one day. You probably saw all those sleeping legislators.
Yeah.
That's because I told the sergeants to lock everybody in the room and not let anybody out of the room. They couldn't go to their offices. They could only go to the lounge, but they had to stay on the floor. And I also prevented all the senators from coming over to the Assembly and had the sergeants block them as well. And the reason why I did that is because the Republican senators were intimidating the Republican Assembly members. And as Speaker, I serve as Speaker for both the Democrats and the Republicans, and so I had to protect my Republican colleagues in the Assembly because they had agreed to vote for taxes, and I didn't want them intimidated out of doing that.